Looking to move it through the air. He's going to take a shot. Holds it in on the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's going to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State.
Kent State, number 4, with the catch in the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
7-2-0.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Cameron. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter.
Kent State, 7-2-0.
First down to start the drive after the break. He'll start this drive firing. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Back to throw, it's Jordan. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Try to get it on the ground. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Release to the back. The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Running it to the right. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Blue Devils have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Throws to the tight end. Got it! They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Duke.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Golden Flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Flashes.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much...
He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
Open space at the 25. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. To the ground. He's got it again. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Dropping back, it's Jordan. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. One more snap coming before halftime. On second down, they'll take to the air. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Kent State 14-7.
The Blue Devils will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
On second down, looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd. Will put total leather and will get started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Flowers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A first down for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
That's a nice-looking run. I'll tell you, when it comes to the academies, I know the Air Force is known for being mighty in the skies, but on the football field, it's what they're able to do on the ground. Year in, year out, they are so dangerous toting the rock, whether it's the option, whether it's conventional, whether it's spread. These guys are dialed into what they want to do, and they wear defenses down.
And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to him. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down. And the quarterback does.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. What's covered if you want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Right back to the well. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. The Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry up. They'll give it to the back. Smacks it with the stiff arm. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Air Force 7-0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the run, it's Jordan. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Getting set for the point after.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the... And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. Catch in the middle. It's Hunter. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Falcons will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Jordan. He'll pull it down. At midfield, he's got room. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Now on first down from the 43. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Pressure coming. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time, you get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Running the red zone, it's Monaga. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays, you rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Power football with the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, that didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Air Force.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He marched 78 yards down the field, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time.
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll take another shot here. And it's picked off.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Now improvising. Still running at the 40. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Air Force.
The Falcons will line up to kick off and start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Cameron. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They'll run it from the gun. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. And the Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. From the gun, the ground game. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And now on third down after that last run. They'll try to bully their way for the first. The Blue Devils are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
After the run, now to throw. Holds it in. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40, at the 20, and he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Falcons! Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do now. Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Dropping back, it's Jordan. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, this defense, their cardio, I think, is going to get tested in this one because this quarterback will extend plays, and he's going to do it often. It doesn't take it a lot for him to flush out of the pocket. If he just sees color, he's gone, trying to make something happen. That time he showed you his wheels. He was just able to get enough to keep this drive going.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Air Force 21-7.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter,
And the Blue Devils will put total weather to crank us up. First down here for the offense. The give to the tailback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
This defense obviously came into this game prepared for the quarterback run. Linebackers, DBs, they're keying on him and just waiting for him to pull that football, and you saw their ability to get hats to the ball quickly.
Feeling some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the field goal unit is on the field. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Fair catch called for and made. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
They go to the ground. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Milroe. He's going for a big play downfield.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Getting some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cameron. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Dances away. There's a live football. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
That incompletion leads to second down and 10. Coming after him. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Handoff to the lone back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. The Blue Devils will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Jordan. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Trying play action. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Afterburners coming. At the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about it all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. And the Blue Devils want to move quickly. They're going to ride this running back.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and
going for the big play. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on a toss play race.
And if we start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, and that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field. Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, it's an electrifying run. And you think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have got...
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, and letting them get some positive yards.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And the try is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia 7-0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Give to the running back. Showing off the arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that game.
The Blue Devils want to crank the tempo.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Blue Devils are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
This time he's got his man.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? The aerial assault continues. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
He worked his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Duke.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put 2 hands on the football, lower his shoulder. 2nd and goal. You don't need 3rd and goal thanks to the big fella.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Lowers those pads. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out.
Nothing but green ahead. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Cameron. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. But with the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block. But, boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there. The defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not full, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football, and the defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut on them.
He's looking to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking for a man, it's Jordan. Makes his connection. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half.
That's the end of the 1st half. With the
And the Bulldogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And the Blue Devils have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Dumps it to the back. Got the quick pass. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Jordan. He's going to run it. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. They'll ride the hot hand. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. On the run, it's Jordan. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Georgia 10, Duke 7.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Fullback's got it. Touchdown, Blue Devils! They move on top here in the fourth. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Got it in the middle. It's Cameron. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to buy time. He'll fire to his right. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
Well, look, I love the fact that he scrambled. He can't take a sack. He can't take a negative play at this point in the game. I just wish he would have stayed in bounds, though. You got to know as a quarterback here, we've got the lead. It's late. I get tackled in bounds. The clock keeps ticking.
Trying to get to him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to try to get it himself. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Throws toward the end zone. He caught it. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They'll go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Dogs! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Cameron. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man in the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Back to pass, it's Jordan. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Duke! They've got the lead here in the fourth. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let them...
He's got it down the right side. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the ground with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The play action fake. Unloads it left. It's complete. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He's going to pass. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. The back goes in motion. Wants to throw on third down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Cameron. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Fires and picked off. At the 35, he's got room. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
It's such a fine line offensively.